This conference will now be recorded.
So in previous session, we understood there are 4 steps we have to follow. We have to create a web service method in my server. We have to generate the style. Let's see, I'm going to create a web service in my server. Okay, so how I am need to create a web service method and how I am going to share the WSDL file, that we'll see. To do that, let me open one Salesforce account. Okay, so I know you must have Salesforce developer account. So if you don't have, you can just go to developer.salesforce.com and do the signing for your free account first thing. So if you have, you can log into that account. So I'm just showing you with you new account completely. I just click on sign up here so that I'm going to create a new account. So I just gave the name as Devasys Jena, email ID as devct11@gmail.com. Okay, so developer, let's keep some country code. Okay, if you want to create a new account, you can create this way. Okay, and username I'm just giving devasys@server.com. This is my server account, devasys@server.com. Let's see if with this name am I going to get an account or not. Sign me up. Now I will get one email to activate my account. Simply I'm logging to my account now. Let me go back. So here I got a verification email. So now I just verify my account. I'll make my account, my server account ready now. Okay, I'll do very basic example so that it will be easy for you to follow. Okay, and like I know many guys scare for integration. It's not a difficult thing. It's quite easy. Okay, so I'll make that easy. See, everything I'll discuss step by step what we need to do when you do sub integration. First step, create web service method. Then I talk what is web service method and how we can create it. That is you are going to make. Let me open this account. Okay, let me set my password. Okay, let me click on change password. So now my server account is ready. Now I am going to write one web service method. Okay, so when I say I want to write a web service method, what does it mean and how I can write it? So as I said, when I want to communicate between two systems, the server will expose one web service. How will expose? Expose as a WSDL file. So to expose that WSDL file or expose a web service, server need to have one web service method. So let me go and see what is this web service method and how we are going to write it. Theoretically, to understand first activity we need to do, create a web service method. So we will nothing but when I'm saying I'm going to create a web service method, nothing but I have to create a Apex class. This is my first step. So in the first step, you create one Apex class first. Okay, so if Apex class not there, how will you expose? Where you will write logic? You have to write a Apex class. Once you write Apex class, what you do? In the Apex class, you should have a method with web service method. So I'll make some method as a web service method. So in your class, there should be one web service method. Then inside method, I can write my logic. Okay, then this is nothing but my class is ready. So once my class is ready, then I can expose that as a WSDL file. So now in the server side, I am going to do this activity. In the first activity, going to be three things. Create the class, we'll add a web service method, then we'll complete our logic. Once done, then I will expose that class or web service as a WSDL. So what is WSDL? I'll talk. It's something which you need to know in detail. Okay. So now if you see my Salesforce account is ready. Now I want to what I want to do? I want to create a class. So as per the first step, when I want to communicate using SOAP, so I have to create a web service method which I can expose as a WSDL. So now to do that, what I do, I'm just opening my developer console. You can open any ID what you want. So as a common and common for all, I'm just taking this developer console where I'm going to write my logic. Okay, so now in this developer console, I'm going to write one new class. Let's give the name as new Apex class and give the name as, for example, lead manager. One Apex class I have given. Okay, so in this Apex class, what I can do, I want to create a Apex class as per my first step. I created. I'm done with this. Then second, I have to add a web service method. Let's see how I can add web service method. To add any web service method, what we can do, we have to use, like see, I just need to have a method first. So whenever I want to have a method, what I can do, simply I can use one keyword which I call web service. So simply I use web service keyword. Okay, with web service, what I do, so I'm just writing this, then I'll explain what I'm doing here. Web service, and I specified static string. Let's give the name as create new lead, for example. When I want to lead, what I want to pass some parameter. For example, if this is my Salesforce and I want to create a lead, what are the minimum things I need to pass? If you see here, if you go to the lead tab, okay, I will go and create a new lead now. See, I have to keep the name, last name, company. Okay, so these two information mandatory. So let's consider first name Devasis, last name Jena, company I'm keeping as CTRLF, something. I click save. So last name and company is mandatory for me. So with this, I can pass email and phone number. These informations I want to pass from client to create. To do that, what I want to have a web service where I am going to pass my lead first name. I want to pass, I'm writing a very basic easy web service, lead last name, and I want to pass string lead company name, and I want to pass string lead email, and I want to pass string lead phone. This much informations I want to pass. So with this, what I'll do now, I am going to create a lead record. So lead ld equal to new lead. Simply like this, I can write logic. If you see, as I said, you write a web service method, inside this write your logic. So I'm going to write my logic. What I want with this, when somebody call this web service method, what we will do, we will create a lead record. Okay, that I'm doing. So if you see in the lead object, if I go to my field names, what I'm using, let's go to the setup, so that you'll understand what are the things I have here. If you go to object manager, if you search lead, see, I want my first name, go to the field and the relationship. See, if you see here first name, okay, it is nothing but a composite field of name. Okay, so name, which I can get as first name, which I pass as your lead first name. Simply I'm just setting the value or writing my logic what I want to do. Lead last name, which I'm going to set as lead last name. Okay, then I want to set lead lead company name. Let me show you that. You can get the API name from here, lead company. Okay, so what I want to set, I want to set as lead company name. Same way I want to set email. You can see what is the email field here. This is my email field. So I'm just writing my logic, lead.email equal to nothing but I have my lead email. Same ld.phone I want. So lead phone, see, I just want to take this lead.phone equal to I want to take this lead phone. See, simply I'm going to insert it, insert lead. Okay, once insert happen, I will set I'll return back my lead ID. Okay, if there is any exception occur, then what I do, for now I'm keeping it simple thing. Okay, so I will just return some message. In future we'll see the complete status, how we are going to send back or not. Okay, so if any exception occur, so now I'm going to return error during processing, for example. Okay, let me save it. Okay, now you see, when I'm going to use any method as web service method, what I need to do. So now to understand that concept, so what I want to do, I want to integrate between two systems. Both are external systems. So now if I am going to write any class logic in this server, okay, now I want to expose to outside. That means this class should be accessible outside of this Salesforce. So whatever the classes you have, if that class going to have a web service method, then you must have access specifier as global. Okay, that's our first part. So now we have to define a global class. Then inside that I can write a web service method. Then inside that you can define your logic what you want to write. This is my web service class is ready for us. So to understand what we need to do, whenever you want to integrate using SOAP in the server, you have to write a web service method. This is your first part. When I write web service method, what do you need to do? So you have to create a Apex class, first thing. Then you write your web service method using your web service keyword, and then you write your logic. Okay, once you do this much thing, then next we will expose that WSDL file. I'll come to that part, but before to that, understand, whenever you are writing this with web service method, so what you have to, your Apex class method exposed as a custom SOAP web service class. For your SOAP integration, you have to define your Apex class, and that Apex class methods are going to be exposed as a web service calls. And each method which are going to be exposed, they need to be added with web service keyword. If you see here, I have created this method and I have set it as a web service method. And the moment you use any web service method, then the class should be a global access specifier. Because as I said, because it's going to communicate to external system. So externally, when I want to class available, then I have to make access specifier as global. And whatever the web service method you have, that method logic, the method always runs in the system context. We'll talk in more detail about the consideration of web service keyword, but overall to understand, web service method always run in system context, and the moment your class contains web service method, the class should be global, and your class must be defined as a static. If I don't keep it as a static, I try to save it, it's not correct. Okay, so your class should be static. You can see your compilation error. Web service method must be declared as static method. Simply you can see here. So this is the simplest way to write a web service method in my server. So this method what you wrote, it is going to be exposed as a SOAP call, and now we'll see how we are going to expose it. Thank you. Stay tuned for next session.